Hey, all right, so we've got our first exam is behind us. I know the first one can be kind of intimidating just in a new class. You don't know what to expect, especially with a hybrid if you've never taken an online test before. I know that can be weird. I'm recording this it's like 9 o'clock on Friday. So as of right now, about half of you have taken the test. I'm hopefully waiting on the other half of you to take the test by midnight tonight. And first grades that are coming in, they're pretty good. They're kind of across the board. There's some really good grades. There's some that are on maybe, I mean, there's no terrible grades right now, but still just kind of a little bit of everything. So we're going to meet in lab this week, and we'll talk more about that right now. But just if you're watching this early in the week and you're concerned about how you did, or you've just got a lot of questions about that, number one, let me know. If it's during my office hours, call me. I'll be glad to help you out, work through whatever, as far as giving you tips and everything to study better. But let me go, just good general advice for everybody. I sent out some messages a couple days before the test because the way I've done my lecture videos, I've got it where I can look and see like who has watched them and when you open the link and all that. And for the most part, like I said, I'm still waiting on some of the results. But for the most part, it seems like students who were watching the lecture videos all along, like the week I assigned that you were watching it then, those students are tending to do a lot better. There are some students who, number one, didn't watch any of the lecture videos, or number two, you watched them all like right a couple days before the test. Those grades tend to be a little lower right now from what I'm seeing. And that kind of makes sense because biology is not the kind of subject where you can just hear it one time real quick and you know it and like you're going to know it for the test. You do have to study. I know that's, should be hopefully common sense in college. You have to study a little bit. So the best way to do that is to space it out. The week that I assign you to watch a lecture, watch it and give yourself plenty of time to review it. And then the next week you'll have another chapter or two to watch. Do that. First exam is it's a 100-point test, but it's not the end of the semester if you didn't do as well as you wanted to on here. We've got 4 more lecture exams. We've got 2 lab exams. Those are chances to get a really good grade in too. And then we've got all these other review quizzes and assignments. So if you didn't do as well as you wanted to, it's not the time to panic, but it is the time to make changes that you need to make because you've got plenty of time to bull yourself up. If you did good, if you studied and you did good on this first exam, awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. That's great. All right. Like I said, we'll meet in lab this week, so you can ask me then, or if you got any questions, just send me a message, or you can call during my office hours, and I'll be glad to help with that too. All right, this week, we've got a chapter and a half to watch. Chapter 3 is on organic chemistry. I know we just did chemistry, but this is a little different. Organic chemistry is the type of chemicals that are found in your body. So things like proteins and carbohydrates, things that we hear a lot about like with our diet, because that goes in your body and your body takes those molecules and uses them to make you function. So we're going to talk about those. And then chapter 4 is on the cell. It's not really a long chapter, excuse me, but I wanted to split it up so that like this week and next week the lectures will be about the same length. So I took the chapter and I just split it, and we're just going to watch part 1 this week. So watch all of the part 3 videos, and then chapter 4, just watch part 1. It's going to be on prokaryotes, and those are like bacteria and things like that. So watch those 2 lectures. Like I said, we are going to meet this week. So lab 2 is on organic molecules. There were a few of you, I know we had a weird first week where half of us didn't get to meet because there was like water all over the floors in the science building. So even on that first group that I did get to meet with on Monday, Group A, I know some people didn't have their lab book. It's been 2 weeks since then, so you do have to have your lab book this time, all right? If you do not have your lab book, sometime between now and then, you need to purchase that. The bookstore opens at 7:30. If you can buy it before then, that would be great. But worst case scenario, be here at 7:30 waiting for the bookstore to open. That way you can buy it, and then you can come to class at 8 o'clock, all right? Group B, finally get to meet you. This is a weird semester. It's like a month in, and I'm going to meet y'all for the first time. But we'll finally meet in person, hopefully, assuming nothing crazy happens. And we're going to do lab 2. Now, organic molecules, that's going to go along with the chapter 3 lecture. So if you get a chance to watch that before our lab, that'll help you. Like the lab will make a little bit more sense. If not, we'll do a quick review. But if you can, try to watch the chapter 3 lecture before we have lab. All right. Only other thing than that, I skipped it in the list, but you got a review quiz on Sunday, and it's going to be on chapter 3 and then the first half of chapter 4. So that's due Sunday the 20th. And again, just like always, 5 points, multiple choice review quiz. And I know that 5 points doesn't sound like a lot, but we're having them every single week. By the time the semester's over, it could like very easily make a letter grade if you're doing these review quizzes. So make sure you don't forget those. Remember, you can use your notes on the review quizzes. You can't on the test, but you can on the review quizzes. So make sure you're doing that before you just click some stuff and submit it. Double check in your notes and make sure your answers are right. Okay, that's it. If you need anything, let me know and I will help.